guest, Josh Culler. If you have not seen the other episode, please go check it out. We talk about podcasts, marketing, and Gary, Indiana, of all topics. But definitely go check it out. But today is Deal Breakdown, where we cover cool, interesting stories provided by today Josh Culler. So what is a cool, interesting story you have for us today?
Oh, man. So in that recording, first of all, thanks for having me on. Great questions that you brought to the table. So make sure you guys go listen to that. We talked about kind of like my origin story, where I got started, that sort of thing. I've been in this industry for over 10 years now, going on 13 years. And it's kind of funny, dude. So my very first deal that I ever did, so I'm in the marketing field. So I do a lot of marketing with real estate investors, coaches, educators in our industry. I only work with people in the real estate investing space. So I don't do a lot of deals myself, but early on in my career, I did a few. My very first one, I was doing it with my buddy, Gary Harper, and we were wholesaling in Michigan at the time. And this was not saying that we invented it, but this was back when virtual wholesaling really wasn't a thing. But Gary and I both knew that we didn't want to travel out that far to go look at properties. So we did virtual wholesaling, and we kind of put the pieces together. Gary's a very systems and processes driven person, so he helped a lot with that. And then I did a lot of the tech side of things. And the first deal that we ever did together, he had done some off by himself before that, but me involved. I locked down a property, found a property in Michigan. I think it was in just south of Kalamazoo, Michigan, and locked it down. This was like, I was 20 years old, I believe. We locked it down, got it under contract. And long story short, a bad storm came through that area of Michigan and knocked a massive tree. This was one of the biggest trees I've ever seen in my life next to a house. Knocked it over, fell directly into the middle of the house. We had already signed the contract to buy the house, and we didn't get insurance on it. So tree fell right through the middle of the house, literally like split it in two equal pieces. It's crazy. It didn't just like chunk off like one like small part of the house. It like smacked up in the middle. And it was like a very, traditional ranch style house and that sort of thing. So basically the house was done for, like, couldn't do anything with it. And luckily, I think we had only paid like $32K for it, something like that. But that was a lesson learned. Luckily, we were able to find a buyer. Only took like a $5,000 bath on it because the buyer wanted to rebuild it. Luckily, he wanted the property because I think he owned the one on the lot that was behind the house, and he wanted it to be able to build like a couple houses there. So he bought that from us. I think we had to have held on to it for at least a year and a half or something like that. So he bought it from us, took like a $5,000 bath on it. It could have been much worse, but I got it under contract. Gary just trusted me. He's like, do it all yourself. And so I did it all myself and forgot a couple key steps. And that's what happened. So that was a lot of fun. So long story short, I made sure that I had a very clean, like, standard operating procedure every time I got a house under contract. And yeah, after all that happened, we had signed the contract and everything. Like, the seller was gone. They didn't care. They were done with us. So
I'm going to call this episode "How to Subdivide a House."
Yeah, there you go. It's easier than you think it is. You just need to pull a tree down on top of your house. That's it. It's really all you got to do.
It's funny because I do a lot of subdividing with land. So, like, how to subdivide a house. This is the first story of how to subdivide a house. So
yep.
I didn't know it was possible.
Yep. It's very possible. Yeah. I just need a little bit of luck. That's all you need.
Man, that is hilarious. I appreciate you bringing that story. I think your first story is always the best one.
Yeah.
Your first couple are always good. They're good memories, and it's good notches on your belt to give you the experience. But you definitely learn a lot.
Well, another quick story is you and I talked about Gary, Indiana, like randomly Gary, Indiana, like on our core podcast episode. And my first flip that I ever did, I bought a house for like 12 grand in Gary, and I think I put like 25 into it. Mm-hmm. And it's hard to lose money on that small of an investment.
Yeah.
Like under a $50,000 investment. and I lost like $6,000 on that one. Like, and that one definitely could have been worse too. I just like, I don't think I bought it wrong. I just put too much into it. Yeah, on a rehab. So I never did it. And it was like the most miserable effing thing I've ever done in my life. So that was my first and only flip that I ever did in my life. Because I tried to do everything myself. I think I was 21 at that point. This was after this tree deal.
You were hard-headed back then.
I was trying to do everything myself and not being resourceful, that sort of thing. And then so I learned very quickly that I need help and I should not just stay in my lane, but like stay focused on my expertises and then delegate the rest of it. So
that's it. Where can people find you online? This has been Deal Breakdown with Josh Culler. Culler Media, cullermedia.com, and he does content production for podcasts. Go check it out. And RR Marketing Weekly. For everybody here, go like, share, subscribe. Thank you, Josh, for coming on the episode. We'll see you next time.
Thanks, man.
Hey guys, we hope you're enjoying this content. If you have leads that you need to dispo anywhere in the country, please visit hivebc.io, like hivebuyersclub.io, and we'll help you move those deals that you need to get into the marketplace.